Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, The Magical Maven. My name is Heather, and today is a pick a card reading for my singles, what's going on in your love life. So we're just going to see maybe what, is happening now, what might happen in the future, what are possible blockages preventing you. So it's pretty open, so we'll just see what comes up. So there are 8 piles, so you could either choose by number, 1 through 8, or by crystal. So for the first one, we have rose quartz. The second would be chrysoprase. The third is sunstone. The fourth is chrysocolla. The fifth is the Herkimer diamond. The sixth is the blue apatite. 7 is purple fluorite. And 8 is jade. So whichever crystal you connect with or number, you could pick more than one pile depending on whatever you are guided to by your intuition. So just wanted to let you know, for each group, I have the rock and roll oracle where I chose, there was a musician for each. Some piles might have 2, and then whatever was the first song that came to me has a message. There are some piles that I got a completely different song, not related to the musician on the card. And then also I have some romance angels, messages of love oracle cards, as well as angel answers. And then I was going to pull some while reading from the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. So, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, and you like this reading or it resonates, feel free to subscribe, like, share, comment. I'm also on Instagram as well as The Magical Maven. Okay, great. So we're going to move to pile 1. So again, if you chose pile 1 or the rose quartz. So for your musicians, we have David Lee Roth, the Jester, and Marilyn Manson, the Anti-Hero. So this is one of the piles that I got a completely different song. So the song that came to mind was Fox on the Run by Sweet. So if you want to listen to that, Fox on the Run. So that could be something into your situation right now. Maybe there's someone that you're after and they're the fox on the run, or maybe you're the fox on the run. Also, what I got with these two, and it's interesting because as many songs as I know by Marilyn Manson and David Lee Roth, for example, when he was in Van Halen, again, Fox on the Run by Sweet is the song that came to me. But one thing I was getting was, if you look at both of them and their personalities, they seem opposites, right? I mean, granted, yeah, they're both singers, but like David Lee Roth here looks like, he's having all this fun, and, Marilyn Manson looks more like, dark, deep, introspective. So I was getting maybe someone with a 2-sided personality. So that could be someone that you're possibly dealing with. Or it could be possibly 2 different suitors, 2 different people. But again, just take what resonates. This is a collective reading, so everyone's going to be different. So your romance angel cards we have is Free Yourself. It's time to take control back of your life. And playfulness, to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So like what I said with that song, it's possible that some of you, with this needing to take control of your life, you might be in that runner chaser mode. There's someone you're interested, you're running after them, you're chasing them, and it's, saying let go. And, maybe to take things more lighthearted, be a little more, playful and open to seeing what happens. And I'm also getting open to receiving. And if you're the one always doing the work, you're the one giving, again, you're not open to receiving because there's no balance. Also, something I'm getting right now too is that this could be about 2 different people. So, regardless of gender, so whether, you are a man watching for a man, you're a man watching for a woman watching for a man, a woman watching for a woman, whichever you identify with, it doesn't matter. But again, the different energies. So it's possible that, you could be more of, one way or the other. Maybe this person's more wanting to have fun and this person's wanting to be more serious, or vice versa. So again, take what resonates. Let's look at the messages of love oracle cards. So we have here and now, your true love is already part of your life. So just looking at the first message here and now, you might need to practice being more mindfulness, being present. Again, if you're too fixed on the outcome or what's going to happen long term or what's going to happen with this person, even if they are the love of your life, even if they're your divine counterpart, twin flame, soulmate, whatever label you want to give them, you know, the love of your life, still, like, you have to see things through. You have to allow things to get there and be in a natural state of flow. So if you're kind of pushing too hard and you're not allowing things to happen naturally, this could be part of the problem. So I'm getting like letting go and releasing and not needing to be in control. Ultimately, control is being out of fear. And fear is a lower vibration, and fear and love are opposite vibrations. So you can't, if you're being fearful, you're not going to be in that higher state of love. Okay, also we got vulnerability. You can be completely open with this person. So I'm getting someone was wearing a mask before, whether it was you or them or both of you. We do have second chance. This relationship deserves a second chance. So it's possible that this person might have came back into the picture, or maybe they could be coming back. Again, for some of you, it said this person's already in your life. So maybe this second chance is already, maybe they're in your life, but the second chance hasn't come out yet, or maybe it has. I'm getting something about popped up in your inbox. So whichever inbox that is, you know, email, text, social media accounts. We have intuition. You already know the answer you seek. So some of you are just getting confirmation what you already intuitively know about this person, the situation. I am getting something about hard times. And wanting to reconnect. So yeah, it's very well that you really had some hard times with this person in the past. And maybe that's why, to give it a second chance, there needs to be not taking it so seriously, despite what happened in the past, because maybe to give it a second go, you need to look at things from a different perspective. You need to let go of what had happened and just kind of go with the flow again. Okay, and then we have the angel answers, we have remain positive, and we have within the next few weeks. So you got one of the timing cards. So again, if this second chance hasn't come up yet, or this person hasn't returned yet, again, some of you, this person could be in your life. It's just the second chance hasn't come into fruition yet. It's showing them within the few weeks. Of course, things are always changeable because we have free will. So timing definitely could be affected. But as of now, from when you're watching, it is saying within the next few weeks, something could happen, but you do have to remain positive and hopeful. And then also you need to let go. You need to trust, because if this person really is the person for you, you don't have to worry about, you know, you could loosen your grip. So I hope that makes sense. And then we're going to shuffle a few cards for you for the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. So let's see more about my singles who chose pile 1 with the rose quartz. So the viewer watching, tell me about their energy. And it's funny because I'm hearing you already know because from what we've been talking about, but I just want to see if there's any other messages for you personally. Okay. Refusing to see. This is the Two of Swords. So it's interesting because see how the third eye is open, but then you're refusing to see. And I'm being drawn to the quote, I have 3 eyes. Okay, now I can't remember. But pretty much the whole, the meaning of it is we have, you know, 2 physical eyes, but then we have a third eye. Oh, I have 2 eyes, or wait, I have 3 eyes, 2 to look and 1 to see. I think that's something like that. Okay, I'm messing up, but you get my drift. So the Two of Swords is the energy of mental conflict. So what are you in conflict about? Are you in conflict about your feelings? No, I'm not really getting that. Are you in conflict about whether this will happen? What will occur? Again, the outcome? Because the Swords energy is very much a mental outcome. So, or mental energy. Yeah, I'm getting it out of your head space. Okay, yeah, like definitely some of you could possibly sabotage things if you don't get out of your headspace and you don't like relinquish the need for control. So definitely you don't want to do anything that could derail you. Again, if this person really is for you, you know, not that something couldn't happen, but remember, like I said, with the free will, and I'm not saying this to scare you, I'm just saying this to help you. So just make sure you're not in your own way. Okay, so let's look at the person, the other person. So you could see the other person in their shoes. What's going on with them, their possible limitations. So the other person that you're dealing with or had dealt with who's maybe returning. Seek. Okay, so I'm getting that they definitely did soul searching. This is the Hermit card. And I think this is beautiful because look how content and happy and peaceful she is. So I feel like your other person or the person you're dealing with, they definitely, whatever time out was needed, and it did help them gain clarity. It promoted peace, and they delved within themselves. So for most of you, it is showing that they did their work. Of course, this could be tested when you come back together. I'm not saying it's going to be all easy peasy, but I'm just saying that it looks like they did, there was that opportunity for growth, and they took advantage of that for most of you. And then we have the Six of Pentacles, giving and receiving. So definitely if there wasn't balance in this relationship before, because remember what I said that maybe you gave too much, it is showing that there is going to be a balance of give and take. So that's really beautiful. Okay. Ooh. Okay, this one wanted to come out. I didn't ask a question yet. But we have the Five of Cups, change your focus. So the Five of Cups typically is the, you know, the card of like grief, loss. But it's interesting because this one says change your focus. So again, I'm getting like, instead of focusing on what you lack or what isn't working for you, it is telling you to change your focus. And this is where the remain positive is really coming in for you. Okay, so what should you be focusing on right now? Ooh, okay. So we have the throat chakra. So some of you have to balance your throat chakra. Okay, and I'm hearing all of you or most of you, all of you. So throat chakra work needed. Okay, I heard some of you could be snippy, so make sure that that's part of maybe doing some balancing, so you don't direct any harsh words at this person. We have trust, which is the Fool card. So yeah, getting out of your headspace, not needing to control, allowing things to natural freely, trusting in the process. And we have the 17 card, heal. So that's beautiful too. So needing to release these chains. And I mean, look, like they're already released. So it's like I said, with sabotaging possibly, you're the only one that would be in your way. So just to do your healing work, you know, focus on balancing that throat chakra and learning to let go of like that fear, of that control, and trusting in the process. I'm getting that there needs to be like a shift happening. Okay. So one last message. Okay, so 2 cards want to come out. So we have shine. So this is the sun. Okay, and then I'm hearing like the sun, the moon, the stars, like that quote. And then we have strength, control. So what did I say about release and control? And it's interesting too, because like, remember how we have refusing to see right here, and then like the eyes looking down, and then this one, she's looking down, but then her eyes are open right here. So some of you could be a little stubborn, you know, let's not lie. It's just something that, you know, learning to let go for you. And also, if you were drawn to the rose quartz, you know, this is a heart healing crystal, and it is really about unconditional love and also self-love. So this might be a crystal you wish to connect with, whether you hold it in your receptive hand. So your receptive hand is the opposite of your dominant, or if you know, lay this on your heart chakra, connect with it. Okay, so that is your reading, pile 1. So if it resonated, again, feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe to my channel. If you felt drawn to another pile, go for it. Or if you feel that this wasn't your story, then tune into your intuition, because maybe there's a different pile for you. It is a collective reading, so it might not resonate. This reading might not resonate for everybody. Okay. So moving on. Okay, so my pile number 2, people who chose the Chrysoprase. Okay, so your rock and roll oracle message was Shaka Khan, the exclamation point. So the song that I got for you was Ain't Nobody, which is her song. And then also a secondary song I was hearing was Respect by Aretha Franklin. And Aretha is in this deck, but she didn't come out. But I still heard that song as well. So I definitely was getting the energy of empowerment with my singles who chose pile 2. So, and it was very interesting because even when I went on to pile 3 to pick the next rock and roll oracle message, I was still getting the strong energy of like that Ain't Nobody song and Respect. So definitely, some of you who chose this pile are very much in your power or choosing to stand in your power. For some of you, it could have taken a while to get there, but now you're finally in it. I'm getting some of you are not wanting to surrender. And it could be a positive or negative thing depending on the situation, but let's see what else you have. So your messages of love oracle cards, we have integrity. Does this situation align with your values and morals? We have healing. Old wounds and childhood issues need revisiting. And acceptance. Everything happens for a reason. So for some of you, it's surrendering. Like in the past relationships, you might definitely I'm getting settled less than you deserved. And you were maybe with partners who didn't have integrity. And you know, maybe they took advantage. And you've kind of surrendered and accepted in the sense of you won't surrender to these types of partners or relationships anymore. You've accepted that you maybe chose this in the past, or you know, they chose you, whichever situation, but was for a reason, and it is for your healing ultimately. So now, you know, it's or some of you I'm getting regardless of the reasons, you're just no, this is just something I need to heal. You know, I always believe getting to the root cause is helps to heal that wound, because with this, what it says, childhood issues, when you know where that wound comes from, that's where you could really, I feel make a lot of headway, you know, because then you have that deeper knowledge, that truth, you know where it started to kind of help facilitate that healing even more so. So I hope that makes sense. So the romance angels, we have reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. So definitely I got for some of you, this was a hell no, where, you know, if there were those partners that, you know, so that could be that no surrendering where you're no, this person is not coming back to my life. We have engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So yeah, for some of you, I'm definitely getting that this was a no to a past person. So if they come back, you're now ready to stand your ground and be nope, you know, you have that wall up. And this engagement, this love life ascending is this deeper commitment to yourself. Yeah, I am getting this person hurt you. I'm really getting for a lot of you, it's you're saying no to this person and you're wanting a deepened commitment to yourself, to honor yourself, for you to do your healing. And you've accepted this maybe time on your own. It's possible for a few of you, this could be someone returning from your past, and they could be trying to offer you something, but you're going to have to ask yourself, is this person, like what it says, does this situation align with your values and morals? So some of you could be tempted by this. Here, we're going to go more into the situation. Okay, so we have the angel answers. We have ask for help from others. And yes, exclamation point. Okay, it's possible for a very small portion of you. Some people are maybe wanting you to take this offer if they come back, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's for your best interest. So even though it says ask for help from others, it's also always best to listen to yourself, because sometimes people have their own reasons for where their advice is coming from, whether they, mean it or not. It could just be something they're projecting from their experience, or, if there's, or if they personally like that person, they think that's best for you. However, on the other hand, there are times where maybe we don't see certain things, and it's like they might be trying to, direct you. So, okay, so for some of you, I'm getting even. Some of you could have friends who are telling you, like cheering you on to let this go. So yeah, there's a few different scenarios coming through, but again, I'm really getting for a lot of you, this is about empowerment and being on your own and accepting yourself and your path and healing and kind of letting this go, and maybe in closing this cycle. But again, some of you could be tempted and you might be afraid to, and some of you might ask, like, do you really think I'm doing the right thing? And it's like saying yes. Okay, so we're going to look into the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. So we're going to look at, so for all you viewers out there, we're going to get more into your energy. So we have the Seven of Wands, choose your battles. Oh, and we have another seven, awaiting results, Seven of Pentacles. So yeah, definitely I feel like you've been through a lot, but you've been focusing on yourself and doing your healing work. For some of you, like, you haven't seen it pay off yet. I'm getting some of you are still feeling like struggling, and that's okay. Just keep on going. Like, if you look in this card, see like the roots. Sometimes we don't see, like when we plant something, we don't see the result at first, and it takes some time, but it's on a firm, like, it's growing roots, meaning it's grounded to the earth. So just allow things to run their course, take its time. So don't give up faith, because for those of you who have been in this empowerment state, you don't want to get sidetracked by this person who might very well not be good for you, which a lot of you I think are already aware of. So even if they do come back and offer you something solid, again, it's something like each of you are going to have to just tap into. Again, with that, does this person align with me, with that integrity card? Because I think for a lot of you, you already know that this, it might just be like the reconciliation is just like closing the cycle and maybe needing to see each other one more time or speaking to each other. If they're toxic, I'm not saying to, go for that if that's not right for you. I'm just saying for some of you, it could be where you maybe need that to let go. Okay, let's look at this other person's energy. So Nine of Pentacles, well-deserved reward. I'm going to look at one more other card for them. Manifest, the Magician card. So yeah, I feel like this person that you were with or had dealt with or dealing with, like, you might see them as someone that, like, everything goes really well for them. Like, they don't seem to get down or have any troubles. And it's not showing that. It really is showing, like, so for some of you, you could just be on a different path. Like you two aren't compatible. For some of you, that's the situation. For some of you, this person could be a user where, again, they took advantage and you just see them like on top of the world with this card here, and they're able to just get what they want because they're willing to do whatever it takes, even out of their integrity, to get what they want. So, and again, that's not for everybody. I'm not saying, you know, everybody's ex is a toxic person, but for some of you, that is true. For some of you, it's just maybe you're not compatible. You're on a different path. Meaning, like, some of you now need to build yourself up. Like, maybe this person has their success, their abundance, their stability. You know, they're on track with what they want for their life, and maybe you weren't. And this could have created some imbalance or issues because maybe you were needing to be more in your own independence, is something I'm getting too. Again, take what resonates, different scenarios I'm getting here. Okay, so for most of you, is this about closure? This person. Okay. So we have the solar plexus chakra. So remember what I talked about empowerment? Your solar plexus chakra is all about your personal power, your will, your confidence, your joy. So definitely about taking your power back. So again, I think, yeah, for a lot of you, this isn't about taking this person back because you're in your power now, or you're going to be in your power. Or if you are, they might test that, and they might test the limits. And maybe that's why they're coming back, because maybe they feel like you have stepped into your power, and they could feel this energetically, and maybe that's why they're coming back. So if you're like, oh, well, maybe they're coming back because they really love me or care for me, for some of you have to really watch that, because some of you could just, because they're feeling energetically that you've pulled the cord and you're in your power, and then now they're coming to stir the pot. So anything more about this person coming back, this closure, you standing in your power? Observe, the Hanged Man. So yeah, I think definitely, like, for some of you, you've already seen things from out of the box. You've already seen the truth in the situation. For some of you, maybe you're still, like, you think you have it, but like when they come back, you're unsure because it could be confusing. So it's just telling you to observe. Not to be in your feelings about it, but to kind of stand back and see things. If this weren't you, if this were another couple, how would you see things from outside of that relationship? And that's not to say that, you know, everybody could give, but that's just for, like, something for you to really kind of look at. And also, I'm being drawn to say right now Mercury is in retrograde. It's towards the end, but definitely this could be where exes return. Also, I would like to mention that this summer of 2020, Venus is going to be in retrograde. So that's another time where there could be some revisitations to past romances and loves. So just be aware of this. So even if they aren't coming back right now, it might be something where, you know, you might be just getting in your power right now and learning these things, and then they might come back later. And it might be at the time, like, you really are feeling at your best, and then they come in and, like, sideswipe you. So again, like, just take what resonates. There's different things coming through. But I want one last card for you all. And I'm hearing that Ain't Nobody song in my head again by Shaka Khan. Just breathe. So this is the Four of Swords. I'm hearing let yourself off the hook. So some of you do need to forgive yourself. Some of you definitely need to rest, take a break, take a vacation. Anytime you feel overwhelmed, it's saying, you know, just take a moment, just take some deep breaths. Also, I'm getting two for some of you. If they do reach out, it's saying maybe not to just take action right away, maybe to take some deep breaths, like take a pause for yourself. You don't need to get back to them right away. Because I'm getting about some of you, you don't want to make an error in judgment. And I'm getting for some of you, this is what this person was to you, like an error in judgment. So again, take what resonates, but if it did, feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe to my channel. And if you feel called to another pile, go for it. Or if this didn't resonate, this probably wasn't your pile then, and you just need to choose another one based on your intuition. And if none of them worked, or if neither work, then it's just maybe this particular video didn't have a message for you in it. Okay, so now we're going to move on to pile 3. So pile 3 with the Sunstone. Okay, so your rock and roll oracle message. The first card you got was Janet Jackson, Venus. And underneath we had Stevie Nicks, The Gypsy. So the song that I got was Love Will Never Do by Janet Jackson. And then with the Gypsy card, even though I know Stevie Nicks songs and Fleetwood Mac songs, I was just getting more of this energy of being far away, or there being a regret, something attached to the past. So the song might be about someone from your past. Love Will Never Do without you. So if you want to check out that song. So we have your romance angel cards. We have Release Your Ex. The time has come to clear your energy. So again, that makes sense with the past. But then we have Flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. So some of you maybe are having trouble getting back out there. Getting back in the dating game, or you are, but it's just like nothing really means anything to you. It's just very casual. But some of you are needing to let go of this ex before anything could become anything deeper. Okay, hold on. There we go. So your messages of love, we have true love. This love is emotional, physical, and unconditional. And then we had interference, an internal party. External party is intruding on this relationship. And finances, financial challenges are affecting this connection. Okay. And then I'm going to go over the angel answers too. So we have no need to worry and trust. Okay, so for some of you, this is like a true love, a divine counterpart, a twin flame, a soulmate, whichever label you want to call them. So some of you, you do have someone, that love will never do person. This is your true love. This is the person that you want to be with. And you're having a hard time of putting yourself out there dating because you kind of know this, but at the same time, you feel like maybe hopeless in the situation. So with the no need to worry, it's telling you if this person is really meant for you, like you don't need to worry about this. Just let go. And I'm getting like that let God and let go quote, and just surrender and just enjoy yourself. And this doesn't mean you have to date if you don't want to, but like go out and have fun and not worry so much about what's this other person going to do, if they're going to come back, or if there's hope. You just need to have trust. If you really feel that this person in your heart is your true love and it's unconditional and it's rare and it's something you both share, then this will come back. Because like I said, they could be far away. There could be this regret in the past, but it's not moving forward at this time. So with the finances, this could be you or them or both. Sometimes with counterparts, we have mirrored experiences. So maybe you both have 3D world problems regarding finances or career, things that you have to do before you could reunite. We do have interference, so it's possible you are most likely, since you're, this is obviously a singles reading, so most likely it would be the other person, not you, but it's possible you could be, dating someone or dating around. But this interference, so your person could be in a relationship already. It's possible this person could live with them and or have kids, or could even be married, and maybe that's the financial part too, is like a big thing, because they're not just in a relationship, but they have like you know, they combined, you know, resources, money, share a home, you know, like I said, or shared pets even. There could be just something that's maybe like keeping them in place. So obviously if they're in a situation like that, you know, you do have to like go on and live your life. Again, if they're meant to be your person, you know, they will come back. But for now, you just need to enjoy your own life and not worry about this so much, because it could maybe consume you. So let's see more about your energy, the viewer. Flow. So this is the Wheel of Fortune. So yeah, there might be some cycles in your life that you're needing to complete and wrap up first. Same with them. Again, like I said about that mirroring. And until they can complete, like things can't get back into their flow, because the Wheel of Fortune, obviously, like, you know, things could go one way or the other. But I'm getting that there might be some stagnant energy here, and maybe that's why there's not that flow. I'm also getting that you feel cut off. So I'm even getting like this cut off in abundance. So just maybe in life in general, you feel like things are kind of like dry. So like I'm being drawn to this water in the card, and like it's like getting like there's a lake of water and it being like very dry, and there's not the water there. So the person you're thinking of, solar plexus. So the person you could be dealing with, they might have issues with their solar plexus, meaning it could be blocked or it could be underactive or overactive. So maybe this could be someone that either they give their power away. So if they're in a relationship, maybe this is where they haven't stood up for themselves. They're letting someone kind of run them around kind of energy, like they won't stand up or they haven't stood up yet. I'm getting for some of you like their partner thinks that they're like weak so they could take advantage. For some of you, this person could have sometimes another solar plexus issue could be the other opposite way, like an ego thing, a pride thing. They also could have guilt, because guilt blocks the solar plexus chakra. So they feel guilty maybe of like, if this is your true love, of like how they feel about you, but they're in another situation. So they could feel guilt towards you, towards them, just all around. So it's something they're needing to confront and deal with. Tell me more about their person, your person, I should say. Oh, wow. So now we have the base chakra. So we already have two of the 7 chakra cards. So the root chakra is all about our security or stability. So again, this person could be very worried about their finances and what they have to lose. They might not feel safe. And fear blocks the root chakra. So yeah, definitely your person could be in more of a lower vibration. So some of you, they don't even see this truth. I'm just, yeah, getting something that like are just wrapped up in their own world. Find balance. So this is the 2 of Pentacles. So sometimes the 2 of Pentacles could be like the, you know, the juggler, you know, meaning so it's possible for some of you, like, they could have been seeing you both at the same time. Maybe you weren't aware. Or if that's not the case, it's just maybe that they, in their mind, they like they know it's like you and this other person, meaning that they're in their life, but then they still have you in the, like the back of their head or their mind. So what should the viewer do at this time? We have embrace. This is the World card. So like what I said, you have your own cycles that you need to complete, and you need to embrace that life, what life has to offer. And I'm getting not to be like sullen anymore. I'm getting for a lot of you, it's like I'm getting they will come back to you, but it's just like, but you can't wait around in the meantime. You can't put your life on pause. Okay. So is this person going to do anything in the near future as of now? Does it look like they're going to do anything to get out of their current situation? Yep. 1 second. So 4 of Cups, opportunity beckons. So for now, I don't really see this person changing much, because the 4 of Cups is ultimate about discontent, boredom. So they know maybe they need to do their work and they're just not ready to right now or don't want to. Again, you know, we all have our free will. Things could always change. So, you know, don't give up hope, but at the same time, you know, like it says, no need to worry, but at the same time, you do need to live your life and have fun. And again, if this really is the person for you, your true love, they will come back. But for now, it's just not the ideal time for you to. And so just at this time, just make yourself happy. Just trust in the process. I know it's easier said than done, but you could do your part by making sure that you complete whatever you need to and do your own healing work and make yourself happy and give yourself love and not worry about someone else giving that to you. So I hope that makes sense. If this resonated, feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe to my channel. If you were drawn to another pile, go for it. And if it didn't resonate, you might just need to choose a different pile based on your intuition, or it could be that maybe just this video didn't have a reading for message for you, as this is a collective reading. Okay, so now we're going to move on to pile 4, or if you chose the Chrysocolla. Okay, so your rock and roll oracle messages. We had George Clinton, the Doctor, and we had Janis Joplin, the Blues. Okay, so for a song for you, I don't know any songs by George Clinton, but like as soon as I saw Doctor, I started getting Calling Dr. Love by Kiss in my head. So that might be something you want to listen, a song you want to listen to. And what I was getting from this energy was that like being hit by Cupid's arrow, crushing, so like you're in your feelings. So whether this is someone you actually have feelings for or not, but I'm getting like you might have a crush on someone. And then I was getting this Janis Joplin song, Piece of My Heart. So some of you might have deeper feelings, or some of you just might have a crush. So yeah, if you want to check out Calling Dr. Love, Piece of My Heart. And also I was kind of getting a Pisces energy here. Granted, we are in Pisces season, but there could be some of you watching that maybe are Pisces or are interested in one. Okay. So for the messages of love cards, okay, so we have wait, the timing is not quite right. Time apart, some distance will help bring clarity. Regret, someone feels remorse for the way they treated you. An apology, you can expect the apology you want to hear. So this is very interesting. You got all 4 of these cards. So pretty much, for those of you who are crushing on someone or you have feelings for someone, it's just saying it's not the right time. And this time away is for a reason, but there is someone that has regret and there is an apology coming through. So for some of you, you're waiting for this apology and that other person has regret. It's possible for some of you watching, maybe you are the one with regrets and you need to make the apology, but it's just telling you right now it's not the best time to talk to them or connect with them. Oh, there. Okay. Let's look at angel answers. So we have chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. But then we have religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Okay, so for some of you, the reason why there's this time apart needed is that it's a spiritual connection and you both have certain things you need to do on your own or before you could come together. But this is real. There is a chemistry. There is a bond there. So what, you know, whether it's a divine counterpart, twin flame, soulmate, Yeah, I'm hearing Piece of My Heart right now by Janis Joplin. But it's interesting because some of you I'm getting like there are deep feelings, and maybe, okay, but I was getting a crush energy. So what I'm getting is for some of you, it's possible that there's these deep feelings for this person and like a connection with them, but you really don't know them that well. So it's kind of more of a crush energy. It's more new. Even if you've known them for a while, but it's like you don't really have you haven't made much of a 3D connection, but it is intense because you do have that chemistry. You do have that bond, that feelings that maybe came out of nowhere, happened fast, but it's because it's a spiritual connection or something was already there. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, and then angel answers, not the right time. So again, another question, card about the timing, not being right now. And then we have forgiveness. So it's possible that, again, like, some of you, this could have been someone that, yeah, there was more of you did have more of a 3D connection than others, and that the other person did you wrong, and then that's where they have the regret, need to apologize, and you need to forgive them. Maybe they need to forgive themselves, or if the shoe's on the other foot, where maybe you have the regret, you need to forgive yourself, and they need to forgive you. And I'm also getting to, for some of you, it might not be that you have resentment towards each other or need to forgive each other. For some of you, it's about the wounds from the past where you need to forgive previous partners. So whether it's you, them, or both of you. And I am getting something about reestablishing a bond. So again, like I do feel for some of you, you might have had some of you, yeah, had it something deeper than others. Some of you, it was more like you didn't know them as well, but you did have a crush. There was an intensity of feelings. You felt that bond. But for some of you, you did have something more concrete, and that's where maybe this forgiveness is needed. For some of you, I'm getting it maybe started fast and ended fast, and maybe that's where forgiveness was needed because maybe the person could have cut you out of the blue. Maybe it was like a ghosting situation is something I'm getting even. Okay, so we're going to look at the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. So we're going to look at your energy as the viewer. Okay, so you have the Five of Wands, challenging times. So some of you are guarded. I'm getting defense mechanism. So maybe some of you, yeah, like as much as you feel for them, you might be closed off to this. It could be, again, where you need to forgive. There could be this resentment. You don't know what went wrong or where you went wrong. For some of you, I'm getting that maybe there was like something where this person went into another relationship or situation. Let's see the other person's energy. Okay, so Five of Pentacles, feeling alone. So it's interesting, you both got a 5. And so regardless of if they've moved on or not, look how they're feeling alone. They felt left out in the cold too, or like alone. Okay, for some of you, you might have thought they moved on, but they didn't actually. So whether you assumed that or they wanted to just make you think that way, I'm getting, yeah, some of you, it wasn't what it seemed. But even if they did move on to someone else, they weren't happy in their choice. It's showing them feeling alone. Show me more about the other person, please. Show me more about the other person, please. Okay, so this is Six of Cups, simply love. So definitely that reconnection to the past. So, you know, old lovers possibly. It's interesting because in this card, it looks more like a father-son. It's not really romantic. or, you know, it's not romantic, you know. And it's interesting because when I was getting about this challenging times and like about maybe they pick someone else, I was definitely getting like, I was seeing like Janice's face here, like kind of like a schoolgirl energy. Okay, I'm also getting something from this too. Like, see how it's like a boy and then a man? So maybe this person, since you've seen them last, they really grew from like a boy to a man or a girl to a woman. Like maybe they've matured, and this love has deepened or grown because they just weren't mature enough at the time. But the Six of Cups is always like that fondness for the past. And it's, you know, also the reconciliation card. So they're definitely thinking about this or feeling this. Okay. So since this is in the right time, what should my viewers be focusing on right now? Or what's advice? Flow. This is interesting. The last pile got this too. So you just have to go with the flow of life. You can't let things just put your life on pause while you're waiting for this person. If there's something that's coming up that you need to feel, you need to deal with, you know, by all means. We don't want to repress our feelings. But see how like the water down here, like if you've been just swimming in this pool of sadness, you don't want to be in that energy either, right? Some of you, I'm getting, you need to ground. Again, like it's possible some of you are Pisces or have Pisces in your chart, or maybe just with Pisces season, you're just extra emotional. But for whatever reason, it's just like, it's just asking you might need to ground your energy. Yeah, for some of you, I'm really getting that you're really focused on them walking away, or why, or you're really recounting that. So any last messages? So we have the Ace of Pentacles, strengthening bonds. So this is a new beginning. One more card about this new beginning. Shine. So this is the Sun card. So you do have a new beginning coming. I think for a lot of you, like, there will be an open door with this person in the future. It's not clear what yet, but I feel like there could be definitely like a solid foundation you could both build on. It's just not the right time now. But if this pile resonated for you, I think the majority of you like do have a shot with this person. I mean, obviously we all have free will, but it definitely shows that there could be this new beginning with them where you actually are able to build something steady. Maybe in the past you couldn't have a solid commitment for whatever reason, and now there's going to be something that opens that door and things are going to align in its right time. So, yeah, that is your reading, pile 4. So if that resonated, feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe to my channel. If it didn't, feel free to choose another pile and, you know, based on intuition. Or if this resonated but you were feel drawn to another pile, you're welcome to choose another as well. Okay. So moving on to pile 5. So if you chose pile 5 or the Herkimer diamond, this reading is for you. So your rock and roll oracle was Bob Marley, the Peacemaker. So your song was Is This Love by Bob Marley. And I was hearing the line, I want to love you and treat you right. And I like, this song would not leave my head. Even in the next pile, like, you know, I did all the rock and roll oracle cards first, and I just kept hearing it, and I ended up listening to it because it just really was in my head. So, messages of love. We have past life love. Your soul remembers this intense connection. And release. Radical acceptance and surrender can help you let go. Okay, I'm just going to say a message real quick since it came through. We'll get, you know, back into it. But I was hearing something about undermining your confidence. So some of you could have been in a situation with someone where you feel like you lost your confidence. Romance angels, we have give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. And it is safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Okay. And it's funny because I have is this love in my head right now. In your angel answers, we have romance, we have no, and we have look for a sign. Okay, so I'm going to move these down a little bit so you can see these over here. Sorry, I know I moved and I have to try to figure out how to get the position right again. Okay. There we go. Okay. Well, as much as you could see them, but we'll go over them. So definitely with this past life love, for some of you, like you have this intense connection with someone, like is this love that you're feeling because you knew them in a past life. So if you're meeting, you know, like things are very fresh and new with someone, and because this is a singles reading, so even if you're just dating casually or you just met someone and you're like, wow, I think I feel love for this person. It could be because you've already known them. And this is what's coming through. For some of you, this release, this could be like a karmic situation, meaning that you felt this intense connection to them because you knew they were in your life for a reason, but it's not someone you're meant to be with. It's just like a situation where you're getting growth and you're clearing the karma. So some of you, like, you're confused because you're like, oh, is this love that I'm feeling? And you want to be with them, but you're unsure. And this is why it's like you have romance, but then you're like, no, but then you have look for a sign. So there's this very conflicting energy because like you're wanting them, like calling in your soulmate, but then you're having to give it a chance. So it's very like iffy with you and them. And it could be how they feel, it could be how you feel, it could be both, but just all these cards kind of contradict each other, right? So definitely there's like this up and down, and I'm getting all around energy. And I think it really is because you were meant to meet up in this life to clear the karma, end the cycle. You knew them before, that's where you're drawn to each other, but it might not be for the reasons you think. It might not be because it's actually this love, it's because, for other reasons. And they're still meant to be in your life, but I'm not getting so much that this is for like a romance for the long haul. It's more of, they're here for a purpose, and you need to kind of see it through to, complete whatever you need to. So, and I know sometimes that's hard, because if once I became aware of like what relationships were just for my growth, and I knew it was a karmic, I knew it wasn't someone that was going to be for the long haul, but I knew they're meant to be in my life. That is definitely kind of hard to kind of go through the motions, right? But at least you're aware of this, so okay, well, I'm going to see things through. I'm going to be aware that maybe this isn't, like, you're already aware, because if you're having to question, is this love, then you already kind of know that something's off or something's not right there. So just release and surrender to the experience is what I'm getting, and just see what happens. Give it a chance to kind of allow things to unfold naturally. Okay. Let's see more into this situation. So let's look at the viewer's energy. Oh, very interesting. I mean, I'm going to put it back because it didn't fall on the table, but flow is coming out, and this has come out multiple times tonight. And it's interesting because right now, Mercury's in retrograde. Obviously, you could be watching this at a different time, but right now, there are some stagnant energies, right? Things aren't moving forward. Let's see the viewer's energy, please. So we have Eight of Swords, helpless and hopeless. So this is the card of like self-imprisonment, but in this card, it's beautiful because there's no swords around him or her. They're not bound. They don't have the blindfold. But the light is far away from him, right? It's like he's seeing the light as not inside him or not reachable. It's farther away, this helpless and hopeless. So even though this is a more of a positive depiction than the typical Eight of Swords, there's still that part of you that feels like something's missing. So if you're kind of looking outside of yourself for something, you know, you have to recognize you're whole within, and you don't need anything externally. So I hope that makes sense. I know that's, you know, hard to, you know, as humans, you know, we do look for things outside of ourselves, you know, whether that, you know, be a person, experience, success, abundance, you know, whatever, you know. But definitely, like, some of you are definitely kind of feeling a little, I'm getting hazy too, like you're very okay, I'm also getting an energy of being soft-spoken. So some of you aren't speaking up. And I'm still hearing the song, by the way. Let's see more about the viewer's energy. Okay, sacral chakra. So your sacral chakra needs some balancing. So this deals with our creativity, our sexuality, our desires, our emotions. So you might feel repressed, or you feel like your needs and desires aren't being met. But again, it may be because you're not being outspoken about them, is one scenario I was getting. Let's see the other person you're dealing with. We have Strength card, Control. So it's possible you could be dealing with someone with Leo in their chart. It doesn't have to be, but the Strength card is associated with the sign of Leo. Okay, so there is a possibility, like how I said, that you could be the soft-spoken one and this person with the Control card. So they could be more dominant and you could be more submissive. And it's, so maybe you're letting them run the show and you're kind of, you know, following their lead. Okay, I'm hearing mental imprisonment, and it's funny because, you know, again, you got the Eight of Swords, which is this mental imprisonment card right here. So yeah, I'm getting, like, for some of you, you're afraid to maybe tell them how you feel because you know how they are is something I'm getting. So that will make sense to you if that's your story. Tell me more about this person. Okay, so for some of you, this person's not wanting to let go. So maybe even though some of you could have cut this person off, and maybe this person doesn't want to let go, and that's where the releasing is. And your questioning is this love because you're like, well, I'm trying to let them go, but they keep coming back. I don't know. That's not for everybody. It's just for some of you. Okay, then we have the Three of Swords, sadness and isolation. Okay, I'm getting for some of you, like some of you do feel naturally like you have like a sadness or loneliness about you. And so maybe with this person, even if you know deep down they're not the right person for you, it's like since they're pursuing you or actively pursuing you or not wanting to let go, you're kind of maybe confusing this with a deeper connection or love or something it's not, because I hope that makes sense. Again, it's not for everybody. And then we have Nine of Pentacles, well-deserved reward. So yeah, so some of you could be seeing this as something shiny and something like that might have success or might work out because of like, but you're not seeing things clearly. Again, going back to that hazy energy. Again, I'm really getting more past life vibes with this, like more of a karmic connection. Even though it says soulmate here, there's not a karmic connection, karmic card in that romance angels. And just to let you know what I kind of differentiate between karmic and soulmate is karmic, it's like in regards to someone that is for your soul's growth. It's just like about clearing that karma. You know, you'll be really attracted to each other, but things will go downhill fast because it's not a balanced, healthy partnership. It's like a, one person gives, the other person takes. Things are competitive or combative. It's not, so it's just a different energy. So that's what I mean by karmic. But and now I'm hearing the song Should I Stay or Should I Go by The Clash. So definitely this could be where some of you need to let go, but you're not, because you're, allowing this person to dictate things, and they could have left you confused. So also be careful if this person's a manipulator, because some of you, like, this person very well could be. So you might need to make sure that you're not like in an energy vampire, like a narcissist empath situation where you're the empath and they're the narcissist. That's not for everybody, but for some of you, that could be a situation. It could be a toxic relationship, and those sometimes could often disguise themselves as like a, you think it's love and it's not, and that person has you fooled, and you have to take the blinders off. Okay. So is this a toxic situation? So we have Two of Pentacles, find balance, and then Three of Pentacles, reach out. It's weird because I'm getting the message, and this has nothing to do with these cards, but I'm getting force feeding or spoon feeding you. Like they're force feeding or spoon feeding you what you want to hear, or what truth they want to put down your throat, or what they, some of these people might not mean to manipulate you. They're not like really conscious of their toxicity. Some are, again, but if it's, and I'm getting some of them are just playing a role, fitting a role. And again, this goes back to the whole karmic thing. This might just be a lesson, something that you need to tie up. You need to close the door. And I'm getting like, it's interesting because my hand was doing this motion of this, and like that cycle, like the circling and things needing to close. Okay. For any of you, is this a love-based connection? I was hearing no. I'm not saying no for everybody, but for the most part, I was getting no. What I was getting with these cards, it's this Eight of Pentacles, dedicated effort. I feel for some of you could have been with this person for a while now, or you've known them for a while, and you feel like maybe you've put a lot in already that you don't want to let go. So for those of you who, what this is, this love, maybe some of you are now questioning whether this is or not, but you're like still not ready to let go of the fruits of your labor, or more so your labor. Underneath, we did have the Two of Cups coming together, the Three of Cups, share the love, and then the Nine of Cups, dreams coming true. So some of you could have really felt this person was your wish fulfillment, was your love, and you're not really ready to give up that dream, is what I'm getting for some of you. It's possible for a couple of you this could be something, but I'm really getting for most people, this is more of like a past life love. You're needing to close something out. They were in your life for a reason, or are in your life for a reason, but it's not meant to go the long haul. And there is things that still needs to be wrapped up, that you're challenged by, that you haven't grown from yet. And this is why you're still hanging on and you're conflicted. And I think deep down that this isn't the person for you. This isn't the love for you, but they were in your life and are in your life for a reason. So in the meantime, I would say that you need to start speaking up and kind of see that the light is there, that it's not outside of you. Trying to balance your sacral chakra and kind of taking a look at, is this person controlling, domineering? Are they manipulating me in any way, shape, or form? And kind of getting, what really is love and, or, versus attachment. So I think those are good places for you to start. But yeah, I'm definitely getting some of you are just not wanting to give up. And some of you are just confused, and that's why you haven't given up yet. And it's not about giving up or throwing the towel. Like, it's letting go at what doesn't serve you anymore. So I hope that makes sense. If that was your story, it resonated, feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe to my channel. If that didn't resonate for you, if that was not your story, feel free to choose another pile based on your intuition. Or if this was, but you felt called to another pile, you're free to choose more than one. And we will be moving on to pile number 6. So my pile number 6 people are those who chose the blue Apatite. Okay, so your rock and roll oracle, we have Whitney Houston, The Gift. So one thing I do want to mention about pile number 6. When I kept trying to choose, so when I shuffle, I'll ask for like, so I'll ask for one card upright on the table, and then I was asking for a song. So when I was shuffling, I was having an issue shuffling, like a bunch of cards were wanting to come out, or it was just very, like I couldn't get one card with a song. And the first card that I chose for you guys, I ended up putting away, and I was like, no, I'm not feeling this one right now. And it was the Dolly Parton card, but the song I got was Ring of Fire by Johnny Cash. So that might be a message for some of you. And the message under, like, see how her says The Gift, for Whitney Houston, Dolly Parton's was The Mountain. And I tried to do a clarification card. The second was Elvis, and his was The King. So I was getting for some of you needing to get out of your own way. But again, like, I was like feeling like, no, I need to shuffle. There's a different card here. So I was shuffling more again, and what I was getting was that the reason why there was trouble with this pile was that there's various scenarios. So if you chose pile 6, there's going to be a lot of different people probably watching this. So I'm going to ask you to also pick a secondary pile, because most likely, to give you clarification, because most of you most likely will need to choose a second for clarity, because I feel like there's a lot of scenarios. Also, with the different challenges of trying to just get a concrete answer for you all, I feel like things could be shifting in your love life right now, or there could be struggles or things, and the answers might not be available to you, or you're not meant to know everything, because again, things are shifting rapidly. So just wanted to mention that, because of all the piles, like pile 6 was the one that gave me the most trouble, where I was really not feeling like a card wanting to come out. Like at one point, even Kurt Cobain wanted to come out, but then he fell on the floor, so I didn't take it. So again, it was like, but then I got Whitney, and I was like, no, this is the card. And the songs I was hearing was, the first one was I Will Always Love You. Then I was hearing I'm Every Woman. And then I was hearing It's Not Right, But It's Okay. And then that last song, It's Not Right, But It's Okay, was in my head ongoing. And then I even had to listen to it, because like the song wouldn't leave me. So I think for some of you, like that is like a big part of this reading. So some of you could have been done wrong by someone, and you're like, it's not right, but it's okay. I'm going to make it anyway. For some of you with the I Will Always Love You, it's possible there's someone that did you wrong that does love you or say they love you and want to come back, and you're like, no, thank you. It's possible for some of you, you could love that person still, but again, you're not willing to take them back or settle, because you have enough love for yourself where you're like, well, no, even if I love you, I could still love you from there, but I'm not going to have you in my life because I deserve better. For some of you, it could be about 2 different people. You do have love for someone, you have a connection with someone, but then there's someone else that did you dirty, and that you're like, screw you, because I'm happy on my own. So again, lots of different scenarios. Just take what resonates for your situation. Okay, messages of love oracle cards. So we have rejection. This rejection is actually divine protection. So that's very interesting with the It's Not Right, But It's Okay. And then we have warning, don't dismiss the red flags here. So for a lot of you, like I said, like that song really was the main one of the 3 of her songs that I was hearing. Because I was just trying to get one song for each. But for you guys, like I said, a bunch was coming in. But yeah, this was for a reason. Like, this person you weren't meant to be with. You deserve better. And I think most of you already know that. And that's why you're like, it's not right, but it's okay. Yeah, and I'm definitely getting like the screw you to energy kind of thing. So, so some of you maybe do need to let that energy go, where even though you're in your power and you're like, you know, you won't take them back, you don't want to be with them, whether you have any love for them left or not. Some of you could maybe feel a little defensive or blocked because of that situation. I'm getting for some of you, you're like, you don't want to take any chances, meaning that with this warning, because of what you went through, that's why you're on the defense, or you're, so you might not be the most open. Oh, 1 second. I'm going to put more lights on because as it's getting darker. Okay. I don't think that made a difference. So hopefully you could see still. I just noticed the cards are looking kind of bluish. Okay. Okay, we also have marriage. This relationship is moving toward a sacred union. So again, different scenarios. Some of you could have been married to this person, or maybe some of you could have lived with this person. And this could have been the most significant relationship you've had in your life so far. Or if they weren't the most significant, it was just maybe the one you had the most stability with, or roots. You know, again, you were married, you lived with them, it was your longest relationship. And maybe you maybe feel cold to relationships now in a sense, because you're like, why was I in this relationship? Why did I dismiss these red flags? What was I thinking? And I'm getting, what the hell was I thinking? So, but have compassion and love for yourself, because we all have people in our life for different reasons. The point is that you recognize this person wasn't for you. That they did you wrong, that you realize that you do deserve better, and you walked away. So that's what's important here. So have that love and compassion for yourself. Also, the other thing I'm getting is, for some of you, if this wasn't true, this marriage could be on like an energetic spiritual level. So this person could be attached to you, or you might still be attached to them energetically, even if emotionally you're not feeling that way. And this could be where like that I will always love you will come in. So maybe some of you need to do some energy clearing, some cord pulling, something because in a sense you might be married to this person on an energetic level. So even if they're not in your life, you want nothing to do with them, there might be blocking you because you still have this energetic cord attachment. So that's something to look deeper into, because that could be preventing you from moving on. And again, it could be that like they're still around you in your energy field, attached, because you haven't let go of that trauma or let go of what they did. Like you could still be harboring resentment. Okay, and I'm getting the other thing too, for some of you, it could be that you have your person out there, this marriage in the future. And some of you might, your romantic life, since this past partner, you feel like you've been getting rejections and things haven't been working out, or you've been like, you attract the same type of person, but you're like dodging them, and you're like, okay, well, why do I keep attracting that same type of person? Because I keep swatting them away, I'm not interested. And then, anyone who that's all I seem to attract, I seem to be, otherwise rejected. And it could be because you do have this divine counterpart that is meant for you, in store for you, but they're down the road. And it's like spirit is preparing to, it's like right now you're just clearing the space. You're not meant to just be with someone casually, because you do have a deeper partnership coming in for you, but they're just not here yet. Okay, your romance angels, we have soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. So yeah, I think that for a lot of you, you have someone else coming in. That's a soulmate. That's a higher vibrational connection. It's different than before, but it's just not here yet. We have stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. We have passion, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. And keep an open mind, your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations. So I was getting an energy of like that when someone comes in, it might take you by surprise. And that's why you need to keep an open mind, because you might not be so apt to go with the flow because of what happened in the past. Like you're going to be looking for the red signs, the red flags, the red signs, the red flags, or, you know, like signs like to, you know, keep you from moving on because you're trying to like protect yourself and your heart. And because then also we have from Angel Answers, we have unlikely. So some of you could just be saying, oh, that's unlikely, I'll find someone else. Like you feel it's unlikely because you feel like nothing's happening or occurring. You're feeling you're being rejected, or you just are attracting like, you know, these partners that you want nothing to do with, that you know, don't are on your level, or you know that wouldn't be good for you, that seem like, you know, your previous partner possibly. Okay, it's possible for some of you, this I will always love you could be the soulmate from, you already know of them, but maybe nothing has happened with them yet, and you're like, oh, that's unlikely for whatever reason. But for a lot of you, I was getting more of this person is coming, they're in the future, they're just not here yet. But it's possible you might know of them. We also have meditation brings answers. So if you're needing clarity, it's saying to, you know, go within, meditate. And I'm getting like force feeding you positivity. So I feel like you definitely need to clear your energy, because it couldn't even, like some of this negativity might not even be from you. It might be from like this past person who doesn't want you to move on because they might feel you're moving on, and you might have someone else coming in and they don't want you to move on selfishly, you know. Okay, we're going to look at the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. So for my viewers watching, tell me more about them, their energy. Tell me more about the viewers watching. Interesting. This came out quite a few times today. The solar plexus chakra. So this is your personal power, your will, your joy, your confidence. So for it's interesting. Some of you might want to watch, if you were drawn to pile 2, I would check it out, because I'm getting a similar energy, but different. So this is definitely where maybe you've stood in your power. You took back your power. Some of you might be too much in it, where you're like not allowing anyone to come in. But for some of you, I'm getting like, I'm good. Like, you know, you just had to stand in your power and now you're fine. Let's see more about the viewer. Yeah. Let's see about the viewer and their energy. Okay, finally. So we have Judgment, Blossom. So yeah, with the Judgment, definitely like being discerning of who you allow in your life. Because you might have let the person from the past steal your light, steal your shine, steal your sparkle, is what I'm hearing. And now you're blossoming without them. And it's interesting because with the yellow, and we just have the solar plexus chakra. And for some of you, if you feel like you're not blossoming yet, it's like you're needing to open up to allow this to unravel. So tell me more about what the viewer needs to do on their part. 5 of Swords, win or lose. You need to let go of like that battle. I'm hearing let bygones be bygones. And that's not saying to take a toxic person back or allow them in your life. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm saying like you need to put the past to rest. You just need to forgive and move on for like your greatest good. Because I'm still hearing it's not right, but it's okay. Oh, a bunch of cards flew out on the floor. Okay. So then we also have the sacral chakra. So the sacral chakra deals with creativity, sexuality, desires, emotions. So some of you might need to clear out your sacral chakra, especially women, since that's our womb space. We need to clear out the energies of past partners. So yeah. Anything else for my viewer? Okay, we have Manifest, which is the Magician. And we have the Seven of Cups, Daydreams and Decisions. So some of you might not feel like you know exactly what you want, and you feel like you're having trouble manifesting. And it's because you have different options or different decisions. You know, it's like, oh, should I do this? Should I do that? Do I want this? Do I want that? So some of you, that's why you need to meditate to bring those answers. You need to ground your energy, clear your energy, to get really to what you're wanting. Okay. So the person that you had dealt with before, show me them. So we have Confront. This is the Moon card. So definitely this could have been a karmic partner. Like I'm getting like shadow work where you needed to do this partner. Could have been dark, toxic, but it was like forcing you to confront parts of yourself that needed healing. Like you didn't see them for what they were until it was too late. But you can't take back time. You can't change anything. You have to move forward. And I'm hearing move onward and upward. Okay. Anything else about the person from the past? Yeah, Nine of Swords, Darkest Fears. So this is the card of like anxiety, insomnia. Don't let this person like hold you back anymore. I'm getting about like pushing them out. So it could be like an energetic thing. And then we have the Eight of Wands, Success and Growth. And then in 21, the Embrace the World card. Okay, I'm getting for some of you, like you're about to close like a business deal, or your business is about to like spring forward or move ahead. So you really need to get rid of this like doubt or anxiety or worry, so it doesn't impact other areas of your life. And it's interesting. Okay, I wouldn't normally say this, but I heard fuck them. So whether that's you saying that or, you know, so yeah, for some of you, like, I'm really getting more of like that defensive energy. And, you know, not to laugh, but, you know, it's just interesting what comes through. So some of you, if you really do feel that way about them, it's like, yes, we all need to deal with anger in a healthy way because we don't want to repress it. But also we can't let that poison, you know, let those feelings overtake us or stay with us. We got to let them out, you know? Okay, so what about this new person coming in, this soulmate, this possible marriage, this new person coming in? Okay, so we have Simply Love. This is the Six of Cups. So for some of you, you might have known this person from the past, but maybe you didn't know them well. Maybe it's been a long time since you seen them. For some of you, this could just be about with like a past life connection where like when you meet them, it'll be like, oh, like very familiar because you've, you know, been together in the past, your past lives. Okay, I'm getting for some of you, not everybody, this person could have a child. You know, they could be a single parent. They might have had a divorce that went through or had to go through. And that could be something why maybe it's not in the right time yet because maybe they're dealing with that. And like I said, for some of you, you could have been married yourself or been with someone like long term. So you might be coming out of similar situations, but not everybody, just. Okay, tell me more about this new soulmate. Eight of Pentacles, dedicated effort. Yeah, I'm just getting that, like, you'll grow to like trust or have faith in them, meaning that whatever impacted you in the past, this person's going to be different. They're going to show their true colors in a positive way where you could trust them. Seven of Pentacles, awaiting results. So yeah, for some of you, this might still be some time before this could happen. You could possibly meet this person, but it might take time to develop because of certain limitations or things that you're both needing to do. But I think there's still some healing that needs to be done, like on both parts, but like we already discussed with your, on your part. But do stay optimistic about this. I think when it comes in, it will take you by surprise. Even if you don't have hope in this now, like with that unlikely card, just know that it will come to you, but for now, you need to let go of any past pain and resentment towards the ex and just let that go. Focus on your business success and growth and what you've been working on, trying to manifest and really get to what you're wanting. And just know that the right person will come into your life, the soulmate, and that you could trust. So if this reading resonated, if you liked it, feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe to my channel. If you were drawn to another pile, you're able to choose that as well, because remember I said that this pile was a little difficult at first, and there was like different situations coming through. And if it didn't resonate, this just wasn't your story, and you're free to choose another pile. Okay, so now we're on to pile 7. So if you chose pile 7 or the purple fluorite, okay, so your rock and roll oracle message. So you had Michael Jackson, the magician. So what song I was getting was You Are Not Alone. And then I asked for one more clarification because I felt the need for it. And then we got Elvis the King, which I found really interesting because Michael Jackson married Lisa Marie Presley, Elvis's daughter. So it was interesting, like her dad, the king of rock and roll, essentially, she then married the king of pop. So it's very interesting that these energies came through. So it's possible for some of you, like, and this isn't for everybody. I just want to bring this up since they both came out together. Some of you could be dealing with certain situations where, these don't have to be men, whether you're a woman or a man watching for a woman or a man, it's possible that your person that you're dealing with or have dealt with, it could be a wound with a parent, meaning like if you're dating a man, it's like you are attracting this man or this type of partner because of like possible father dad issues, or like if it's a woman you're attracting, it could be about mom issues. There's something where it's like there's a connection between your partner and a parent, if that makes sense. Not for everybody, but for some of you. For the Elvis, I was getting Can't Help Falling in Love. Oh, also I was getting Michael Jackson, Back to Your Heart, a Jackson 5 song, but You Are Not Alone was the main one. So you'll just have to go with what songs resonate for you in your situation. Okay, and it's also possible too, since both of them have passed on, some of you, a very small portion of you could have like a lover that did pass away. And even for some of you, you could have had a parent that passed away and you had like a close connection or bond with them. Or it could be both even. And that, especially with You Are Not Alone, because maybe you feel lonely after this person passed on. Also, I'm getting for some of you, it's like a spiritual connection where they're with you, so you're not alone, because even if you are, but they're still with you. So whether, again, whether that's they're just like distance, or that's because they have passed on. So there's different messages coming through. Okay, so yeah, this definitely is my spiritual pile, people. Not that other piles aren't, but this one for sure, especially with this purple fluorite, because purple, when you think of the crown chakra. So we have spiritual lesson. This person is in your life to teach you a spiritual lesson. We have mastery. You've learned the spiritual lesson. So a round of applause. Let's see. We have awakening. Both people in this connection are undergoing spiritual transformations. And we have denial. Detach with love to clearly see the truth. And I heard an awe. Like, I think for some of you feel broken down and defeated. Like, I feel for some of you feel like this is a connection lost. But again, like with the first song that I got, the main one was You Are Not Alone. So even if you're apart from this person for whatever reason, I really feel that, like, I'm getting you're glued or tethered to each other. Okay, so romance angels. We have worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Ooh. Let your friends help you. Ask and accept help from others. And true love. This is the romance of the lifetime. Okay. Put these here. Okay. Yeah, I'm hearing even in death. So for some of you, like, this is someone like who had passed on. So again, like for some of you, it's a lover that's passed on. For some of you, it's both that and a parent. For some of you, it is a parent that has passed on. And if you're wondering again, why, like, is my parent coming up and this is a singles love reading? You know, our relationships and our love lives are first shaped by our relationships with our parents and what we see, not only our connection with them, but the relationship they have with each other. We also have something called family and ancestral karma and ancestral DNA. So any issues that were passed on through our lineage, until someone heals it, it's going to keep on revisiting. So since you are my spiritual pile, like I said, you are confronting these issues. So even if you're like, why am I attracting this? Why is this occurring? It might not be something with you. It might be something within your family that you're trying to transmute. So, and like with this mastery though, I feel like a lot of you are doing the work. You've put the effort forth, and this is just coming to you in your time. You know, you're going to have true love. It's worth waiting for. It just needs to come in the right time. And okay, so with the denial, some of you are denying this connection, though. I'm getting something about too late, so maybe some of you feel like it's too late for you and this person, or maybe that's how that person feels. But your angel answers, we have the situation will improve, and we have within the next few months. So you actually got one of the timing cards. So hope is not lost because... Wow, and it's interesting because sometimes I'll end up feeling an energy, and I am kind of feeling like the sensation of almost wanting to cry. Like I'm not going to, but I feel that sensation. So for some of you, like you're really bonded, you're really like, there's this emotion you feel, but some of you might have repressed it. Oh, I'm going to put this over here. I've run out of room. I'd moved and now I'm trying to get my camera angle right and it's just not happening. But anyways, show these again. The situation will improve within the next few weeks or months. Sorry. Okay. For some of you, because I said that, it's possible some of you could be more, not like, well, it says within the next few months. So obviously it could happen before then, but some of you, it could maybe be within the next few weeks even. I mean, we have free will. So depending on what you do, what the other person does, I mean, things could change, right? You know, nothing's set in stone. Okay, so I'm going to look more into your energy as the viewer. So the viewer's energy. Oh, wow, we have detach. So this is the Justice card. So some of you, I feel like some of you are detached to things at this point. Like you're not even sullen or sad anymore. You're just so like discontent. You're just so like far from the situation because it's just like, you feel like it's just like all hope is gone. But some of you are in denial about this because you like maybe know that there is this connection there, but you're just not recognizing it, because you're just seeing things practically and not with your spiritual insight and your intuition. All right, for some of you, if you had lost a lover who had passed on, it's just letting you know that there is love in the cards for you. You know, just because like they're no longer with you, there doesn't mean that there's not another love coming for you. So maybe some of you are just attached to love in general. Yeah, for some of you, this person is alive. They're just not in your life at the present time. And for some of you, maybe this person has passed on. Okay, so more, what can you do as you, the viewer, what can you do to help yourself? So we have Observe, the Hanged Man. And the throat chakra. So needing to balance that throat chakra. Okay, I'm hearing some about communication delayed. So yeah, some of you, it's like maybe there's things that you need to say and you're feeling blocked because this hasn't happened. But with this Hanged Man, it's good because it's like needing to get your ducks in a row. This is a time for you to observe and reflect. Right now we are in Mercury in retrograde. I mean, obviously you could be watching this at any time, as this is a timeless reading, but this is a time for pausing and waiting and holding back before you communicate. So if any of you are wanting to possibly communicate, I feel like right now it's like telling you to hold on. Okay, so for those of you who had this person who had passed away, embrace the world. Yeah, that was their time. It was their time to go. And some of you might be having a hard time having faith in this, that you were meant to carry on and they weren't. And I know that's, you know, anytime we lose someone, and for some of you, this could have been something that maybe even happened fast. It was like, it wasn't something you were prepared for. You know, not that any of us are ever prepared to lose someone we love, but for some of you, this could have been something where they were here one day and then they weren't. And it, you know, and I'm so sorry if that happened. Yeah, I'm hearing that You Are Not Alone song right now. Okay, so for those of you who are in that situation, so this true love, you know, about finding a new love in your future, not to take away from the love that had passed, but a love coming in your future. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, I feel like right now you just don't see this with this helpless and hopeless. This is the Eight of Swords, and then you have Nine of Pentacles, well-deserved reward. I think for those of you in that situation, most of you are probably in this state of depression. You're still grieving, but you're doing your best. You're doing what you can, to be happy on your own. Okay, I'm getting some of you weren't with this person when they died. Again, it's not for everybody. This could just be one person that I'm picking up. Okay. Yep. Okay, for those of you who had a parent that had passed away. Okay, we have the sacral chakra and the Eight of Wands, success and growth. So definitely, like, you have stored from that parent, you do have like stored like memories, repressed desires, emotions, also themes around sexuality, things that you're needing to release and relinquish. stuff that they didn't maybe get past in this lifetime, things that they didn't ascend from, that you're needing, that you have taken on, that you're needing to, but you're able to do it. And like, again, I'm getting a lot of you have done the work, which you got with the mastery. And if you're not quite there yet, like, you're really doing it. And a message from the parent. Okay. So if you have lost a parent, the message was the crown chakra. So this is your consciousness, your spirituality. So kind of believing, having that faith. I'm also getting, oh, it's interesting because I'm moving right now. Sometimes my body will start moving like a pendulum. So right now I'm moving in a circle. So there's some energy that is clearing right now, channeling through me. Okay, I'm hearing for some of you, I'm getting the message that some of you lost your spark. But it's a matter of you just realigning and connecting. You're not connected maybe to your crown chakra, your higher self, your consciousness, your spirituality. There's a block. And I'm hearing about the root, which is interesting because your root chakra is your first one at the base of your spine. Okay, so for some of you, I'm getting that your crown is open in a sense, and you're very spiritual, but you have blockages maybe in your lower chakras, and they're not in alignment, because if you have one chakra out of balance, it does then throw all as a system. So I'm getting that for some of you, you are spiritual, but there's some issues regarding your like grounding, your plans to the earth, your security, your stability. You know, some of you might be very much into spirituality and are spiritual, but you're having a hard time living in the 3D world. Again, take what resonates, different messages here. Oh. Okay, so now we're going to get into, for those of you who have someone alive, who's from afar, this you are not alone, this back to your heart, this true love. Okay, so we have 13th release. This is the death card. And it's interesting, I'm hearing let bygones be bygones, and I think I heard that on the last pile event. So some of you, if you had like a past person that you're spiritually connected to, you still have a spiritual connection, you just don't have something in the 3D. There is this death that needs to, and rebirth that needs to happen, because with death, with an end, there's always a beginning. And I was hearing ego death. So it could be you, the other person, or both. Underneath was the base chakra, or the root, which obviously I said there was something with the root coming in for you all. Or, you know, for some of you. We have the Nine of Wands, rest and reconsider. And underneath we have 7, move, which is the Chariot. And it's very interesting because in this card, it depicts what I see as a hand fastening ritual, which is a pagan wedding with the hand fastening. So for those of you who have a spiritual connection, like a true love with someone you're not with, and they're alive, they're just not, you're not together, there is this death and rebirth that needs to happen. There is this releasing, this ego death that needs to occur. I'm sorry, I don't know why I said concur. There is some wounding in the base chakra with security, stability. Maybe some of you don't, oh, okay, I'm getting that too. So some of you have this spiritual connection with this person, but there's nothing in the 3D world. And that's maybe been the challenge. And this is maybe where neither or both of you are sure of this, you know, but you're needing to reconsider. But then, yeah, you have the Chariot, the move. And like I said, I'm getting this hand fastening ritual. So I feel like you have like this spiritual marriage, you know, like you're very corded to each other, not in a toxic way. Okay, let me see more about that. is there a chance for reconciliation there? Nine of Swords, Darkest Fears. So I think right now you might be, if this is a divine counterpart connection, you might, you're both in fear, and fear does block the root chakra. Also, you might still, if you were to reunite, still mirror like things back to another that needs to be cleared out. And then we have Four of Pentacles, open up. And I love this depiction of this Four of Pentacles. Typically in most decks, you'll see a guy clutching onto Four of Pentacles, not wanting to let go. But with her, she's not holding on to anything, and it actually says open up. So this is, to me, more of a positive image of this card because it's showing you're open and ready to receive, and you're not just clutching onto something. So, okay, I'm getting for some of you too, like you're both still working on this, but, and that's going to help you open up to one another. And then with this red, then that's able to bring something here in the 3D. And I'm hearing it's very daunting, so I feel like if you're in the situation, you already know, like, that it's challenging, it's been challenging. You know, you're on the spiritual path, so obviously that's difficult, but okay, clarity of, and not, you know, not to say like, I'm just saying like for when you are attuned, when you are spiritual, it is harder to make love connections, I should say. But you have clarity of belief, which is the Ace of Swords. So a new beginning. And then we have seek the truth, Seven of Swords. So a lot of mental energy here. So there is this new beginning, but you have to allow yourself to see it, because remember there was this denial. So it's possible, if it's not you who's denying the connection, it could be them. They're like, but they're gonna see the truth and then realize what is really there. Okay, any last messages? Okay, so we have Manifest, which is the Magician, and the Six of Swords, which is Healing Begins, which is really great because, so this is like moving forward card, but you'll see people on a boat with the Six Swords, but in this card, it's just grounded. She's just standing there, but it's like Healing Begins. And then I love how in our heart center, it's like the green, emerald green energy, which is like the color of the heart chakra. So I feel like healing is being done, transformation is being done in both parts. I'm also being drawn to how in this Manifest card, there's the two different color energies coming together. For some of you, it's possible it's a twin flame connection. And yeah, I'm hearing being an open up to receiving. Okay, oh, that's something too. Yeah, I had wrote a message down before about darkest before the dawn. So if you're feeling like in a dark space within yourself or within this connection, it's saying it's always darkest before the dawn, so the light is coming. Oh, wow, and I was going to ask for one last message, and we have Two of Cups coming together. Yeah, and I'm getting that you have nothing to fear. Yeah, like, I'm hearing you have nothing to fear but fear itself. So yeah, you are a spiritual person. You're on the spiritual path. You have this spiritual connection. For those of you, again, either way, you have a true love coming in that's worth waiting for, whether it's someone new, if, you know, the person from the past you know, is no longer here in our world. And then for those of you who have this person from the past that you have a spiritual connection with, possible twin flame, it does show coming together. So I want to show that one last time. But yeah, again, the situation will improve within the next few months is a possibility. Oh, with this Elvis King, they could be your king or queen, so definitely the divine counterpart. And I just want to show the true love again, because I feel like it's important for you all to know that it is a possibility for you. And that could be what you're denying yourself, what the denial is. You might feel like disconnected from that now. Okay, so we're going to move on to last but not least pile number 8, if you chose 8 or the Jade. Okay, your rock and roll message. You have David Bowie, the artist. So the song I was hearing was, even though this isn't a David Bowie song, I was getting Don't You Forget About Me from the Breakfast Club. And then the David Bowie song I got was Let's Dance. And then I was getting about like having fun. I wasn't getting so much like this is a singles reading. I was getting more maybe not in a space so much to date. It's more like having fun, like flirting, like going out dancing, with that artist energy. Definitely some of you wanting to create something. I'm also hearing setting yourself apart. So whatever that means to you personally. Your messages of love oracle cards. We have addiction. Addiction is affecting this relationship. Trust. It is safe for you to trust in this situation. Boundaries. Firm boundaries are needed now. And decision. It's time to decide about this relationship. So some of you could be coming out of like a toxic relationship, a codependent relationship, and that's why you're single and you're ready to mingle, but at the same time, you're not really ready for anything serious. Definitely more lighthearted. Some of you could be brokenhearted. Some of you could be going back and forth with someone. And that's like an addiction in itself, and that's a decision you have to make. Like, you finally have to like trust like yourself. Like, why isn't this working? Why do you keep going back and forth? Is it because you need to do things differently with them, or is it because you need to free yourself of them? I think more so, if you're in this situation, a lot of you are needing to release this pattern, relinquish this. But again, it's going to be different for each of you. So we're going to look more into the cards. Romance angels. We have unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. And deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. So yeah, definitely like, I'm getting some abuse. So maybe you had abuse in your childhood within your family. There might be abuse in this relationship. Definitely repeated cycles where maybe you're repeating cycles of your parents or family members, because we take on like our families and ancestral karma, DNA. Until someone heals it within the family line, it's going to repeat itself. Okay, so your angel answers cards, you had a no, get more information, and then we did have recovery. So with addiction and recovery, it definitely makes sense that some of you maybe are relationship or dating addicts, love addicts. Again, that codependency where you need to take some time on your own. I am hearing paint and draw, so some of you, again, going back to the artist. It's not everybody. It's possible for some of you, like, could be an actual, like, drug recovery. Maybe you were with someone who also was using drugs, and you had to cut it because of, you decided to go down a different path. I'm getting like, yeah, an argument and fighting. So there might have been a lot of arguing and fighting in this relationship connection. Again, like this could be someone still in your life that you go back to, or you're considering going back to. And yeah, with the boundaries, I think for the most part, there aren't clear boundaries in this relationship. I don't think there's a firm foundation. I don't think there's trust. I think it's really just buried with, it's really about these wounds that you're seeking to heal yourself, whether you recognize it or not. Tell me more about the viewer's energy. Okay, solar plexus chakra. This has been coming out a lot tonight. Your personal power, your will, your joy, your confidence. You could have given your power away. And I'm getting like doing this repeatedly. For some of you, I feel like you might not feel much joy in life. Maybe that joy was just that drink or that hit or whatever you had indulged in, or, you know, it doesn't have to be drugs. It could have been, you know, when you first get into that relationship or get back with that person, or that one night stand, or, you know, again, whatever kind of addiction that you had. But I think a lot of you are aware of this. Okay, for some of you, this isn't you. Some of you, this is a person you were dealing with. You could have been like the enabler, like they were the one that was, you know, like you were trying to give them a chance, you know, because you thought they were going to change. You thought that they were going to get it together, and they just didn't. But then by staying with them and allowing your boundaries, allowing yourself not to have boundaries, allowing, you know, you allowed your power to be taken away. I'm getting not like non-consensual. So yeah, definitely there was things like firm boundaries being crossed, but maybe that were never in place to begin with. This person might have isolated you, or you felt isolated within the relationship. Let's see more about the viewer. Joy and stability. Okay. So I think if you were dealing with this type of person, or you were this type of person in any of the, you know, scenarios I had given or characteristics, you're definitely looking for your joy and your stability. And again, with the solar plexus, you know, again, with the joy. So I feel like you are trying to walk away. You're trying to move on. For some of you, I think some of you got a wake-up call. There was something that maybe happened, or you had this like breakthrough where it was like, it just occurred to you like, okay, no, I need to move on. I need to do things differently. Shuffling. Okay, let's see more about the viewer. Yeah, I'm hearing less stance again. Okay, no, I'm not getting those cards for you. Okay, let's shuffle. I feel like some of you are in the one scenario dealing, you know, one side you're this person, and on the other side you're dealing with this person. So you're just gonna have to take what resonates. So Blossom, this is the Judgment card. So yeah, I think a lot of you are freeing yourself of whatever cycles you were in, whatever addictions you were facing, or if it was this person. Base chakra, this is the root chakra. And the well-reserved word is the Nine of Pentacles. So yeah, definitely for some of you, it's about being happy on your own, standing on your own 2 feet. Okay, now I'm hearing another one bites the dust. And like that part where he's like standing on your own 2 feet. That line. Okay, some of you could be got out of a relationship cycle, and then you're putting everything into your work. So maybe your creative pursuits. Oh, okay, another song that had come through for you all that I was hearing at one point, when I shuffled after the Rock and Roll Oracle, I was hearing Bad Romance by Lady Gaga. So definitely your addiction could be these bad romances. But it's like, again, healing these family issues. And I'm getting like some of you, like definitely, like you attract partners Some of you could have maybe dated someone named Parker, whether it's first name, last name. Doesn't have to be. It's just sometimes I say things differently than I mean to. So sometimes maybe it's for a reason, you know. Unrequited love. So some of you might be attracting partners who really don't give you what you need. I'm definitely getting a clash of wills too. Also, with this deception card, sometimes this doesn't mean the person's actually deceptive or mean to be. Sometimes it's just we wear masks for whatever reason. But when we wear masks, we're not being the real versions of ourselves. So we're not going to know if we're really, you know, we can't really be in an authentic relationship if we're wearing that mask. So the mask needs to come off. But again, it's getting to the heart of the matter, getting to these core issues, these wounds that need healing. I'm just hearing I'm fed up. So some of you are fed up with this. Awaiting results, the Seven of Pentacles. So I think for a lot of you, like, you've gone through this cycle enough to know that it's like you're just maybe fed up, and you know that it's just not going to change unless you do something about it. Yeah, I'm hearing another one bites the dust. So some of you could have definitely decided to like end this cycle or end it with this person. And I'm not necessarily getting like, I'm getting the quote like hurt people hurt people. So for some of you, it's not necessarily you were with someone toxic or saying you're the toxic person. I'm saying that, you know, like more toxic tendencies. But again, it's about like trying to get to that healing. And it's more so about there's the wounded nature. It's not necessarily like, because there are people who are just toxic, right? You know, like they have like a personality or like narcissist or sociopath or psychopath or something. And it's like, but then there's people who are good people, but it's just at their core, it's just they have wounding, you know, like, so not to get into all that, but I'm just saying I'm getting more of like a wounded energy than like, so even if there's toxic tendencies, I'm getting more toxic tendencies than toxic people or partners. Obviously you could have attracted toxic partners in the past, but I'm getting more picking up on the tendency part. So I hope that makes sense. So any last messages? Okay, I'm hearing to share like you have the will to succeed. So some of you, I feel like you're having a trying time breaking this chain, breaking this cycle. But then the cards that just fell out, we have Ace of Cups, the Love Abounds card, which is really beautiful. Oh, and I normally don't read reversals, but I'm going to take this way because it came out like this. So underneath was the Strength card, Control in reverse. So what I'm getting is like, I'm getting more this is a positive thing, like letting go of this control and allowing love to come through. And I'm getting like more so this Ace of Beginnings, this love for yourself and feeling fulfilled within. And this is where you kind of are waking up to the realization, this is where your joy and your happiness is, and not some other person or some other thing. Oh, and I'm going back to hearing Let's Dance by David Bowie. So, okay, so that is your reading, pile 8. So if this resonated, if you liked it, feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe to my channel. And if there was another pile you were drawn to, feel free to check it out. If this wasn't your story, choose another based on your intuition. This is a collective reading, so not everything's going to resonate with everyone. And I thank you all for watching today. Love and light. Bye.